So what if our biggest modern problem, I'm talking about running out of space for all our data, could be solved by a technology that's literally billions of years old? Today, we're going to dive into how DNA isn't just the code of life, but the future of all our information. It's nature's original and, yeah, ultimate hard drive.
All right, so let's set the stage. What's the problem we're actually trying to solve here? To put it simply, we are generating data so fast that we're literally drowning in it, and our ability to store it all is hitting a massive, massive wall.
And I mean, what a wall it is. By 2025, humanity is expected to create 180 zettabytes of data. Now that's 180 followed by 21 zeros. It's a number so big, it's almost meaningless. So think of it like this. If every single byte was a grain of sand, that would be enough sand to cover the entire planet. We just don't have a way to keep it all.
You know, you'd think our current technology would be pretty robust, but it turns out our storage methods are surprisingly fragile. LTO tapes, SSDs, these are the workhorses of data centers, but they have some serious flaws. Tapes decay, they get bit rot, so you have to rewrite them every couple of decades. And both of them are total energy hogs, needing these power-hungry, air-conditioned rooms just to exist. Their lifespan? It's just a blink of an eye compared to what nature's already perfected.
So that leads you to a pretty big question, right? If our best tech is temporary and needs so much energy, where on earth can we turn for an answer that's permanent and maybe, just maybe, energy efficient?
Well, it turns out the answer is inside every single living cell on this planet. For 3.5 billion years, life has been storing its most important information in one incredible molecule, DNA.
Okay, so how does this actually work? Think about it this way. Your computer speaks a really simple language. It just has two words, 0 and 1. That's binary. DNA, on the other hand, gets to use 4 letters, A, C, G, and T. Because it has a richer base 4 alphabet, it means that in the exact same amount of physical space, DNA can just naturally pack in way more information. And this is where it gets kinda wild. You start with those 4 bases. Because you have 4 options, each one can represent 2 bits of computer data. Now, when you scale that up, the density is just staggering. A single gram of DNA, 1 gram, could theoretically hold 455 exabytes. That's not just a little better than our best hard drives, it's hundreds of millions of times denser. It's insane.
And hey, if you want proof that this system really works in the real world, you don't have to look any further than your own body. The human genome is the ultimate proof of concept.
Get this, every single diploid cell in your body, the ones in your skin, your brain, everywhere, holds about 1.5 gigabytes of data. The entire blueprint to build and run you is about the size of a standard movie you download, and it's all packed into a space too small for the human eye to even see. And all that data is neatly organized across our chromosomes. The biggest one, chromosome 1, holds the most info. And here's a fascinating little detail for you. Because the X chromosome is so much larger than the Y chromosome, a female genome, which is XX, actually has a slightly bigger data footprint than a male one, which is XY. To really wrap your head around the scale of this compression, just imagine this. If you could take the tiny invisible thread of DNA in just one of your cells and make it as thick as a skipping rope, it would stretch for 23 kilometers. That's about 14 miles. And nature packs all of that inside a microscopic nucleus. It's just incredible. Okay, so nature is the master. We get it. But how do we go from just admiring that to actually using it for our own stuff, for our digital data? Well, this is where synthetic biology comes into play.
And the progress here has been moving at light speed. I mean, seriously, back in 2012, a lab encoded a whole book. Just 1 year later, another team stored all of Shakespeare's sonnets. And then by 2017, scientists developed something called DNA fountain codes, which created a system that was not just incredibly dense, but also shockingly good at avoiding data loss.
So what exactly is this DNA fountain thing? Well, think of it like this. Instead of saving your file as one long, fragile piece, the algorithm shatters it into thousands of tiny, overlapping pieces. This means there's a ton of built-in redundancy. You can literally lose a huge chunk of the DNA strands and still perfectly rebuild the original file. It's like being able to solve an entire jigsaw puzzle even if you've lost half the pieces. It's genius. So the science is proven. It works. The big question now is, how do we scale this up? The focus is shifting from the lab to the real world, and let me tell you, the economic implications are absolutely world-changing. And yeah, the money side of this is mind-blowing. The market for DNA data storage is projected to just explode, growing from about $95 billion in 2024 to nearly $30 trillion by 2035. We're not just talking about a new product here. This is a fundamental shift in how the entire global economy deals with its most valuable asset, information.
And here it is. This is the ultimate payoff, what all this science has been building towards. You want to store the entire Library of Congress? That would take a speck of DNA weighing just 0.015 grams, a speck. And remember that terrifying 180 zettabytes of data from the beginning? All of it, every last byte, could be stored in just 837 grams of DNA. That's less than a kilogram. The entire digital creation of humanity, every movie, every song, every email, every photo, could literally fit in the palm of your hand.
What this technology really offers us is something pretty close to digital immortality. It's a way to preserve our knowledge, our culture, for thousands of years, with no power, totally safe from decay. Which, leaves us with a final and pretty profound question. If we can save everything, what do we actually believe is worth saving?